Oh wow, must be hot in the basement. I'm going to share to groups here. Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh. All right, I think I'm done. I was getting my curls on. See, what you do is you get your gallon of paint and you do some curls to get a good pump before you go paint. That's what I like to do. Actually, I don't do that. I'm just doing it for fun. So I finished my batch of paintings here, 10, and I got 10 more of these I'm going to work on. I'm pretty excited. I was going to use a different base paint, so I have a gray here, but I decided that I just don't have a gallon of cool paint that I want to use. I think this is the only paint that I have. I think I'm done curling. So basically today is a very simple day. All I'm going to do is just going to put my first layer on here, and it's not going to be anything special, so I might talk, I might not. That's just one of those things. And one thing differently is I am doing a whole new batch of tones. So this time I have like I think it's called Venom green paint. It's like green paint and it's semi-gloss. It's a semi-gloss enamel. And then I'm also going to use, I think I'm going to use this. Actually, no, I'm not going to use this gray. I have another gray over here that it's somewhere tucked over. Actually, it's right here. I think I might use this gray. I need to get rid of it. I don't like this gray, so I'm going to get rid of it. But that's the paint I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using a different palette. So as you can see from the previous paintings, I had a bunch of grays and pinks. But now, this time, it's going to be probably grays again. And I'm going to include greens and maybe a blue. I got some of those colors. But we're just going to see what happens with regards to that. So I'm pretty easy day. Just gotta shake up the paint, and we just got to put on the first layer of gray. I figure I am going to, I don't know yet. I think I'll just do, what am I gonna do here? I think what I'll do is, I might just paint every layer gray first and get that out of the way so I have my first layer done and just kind of stick with the kind of formula that I've been going with, which has been do each panels, like do one layer for every panel. So like you just go through all the layers at once, as opposed to, because I was finding that when I was trying to like jump around between doing like the second layer on one or the third layer on one, and I was on the second layer on another batch, I was finding that I was having a hard time like coordinating which layers were which. I was getting very confused because I was juggling too many different panels at a time, and I was unable to kind of manage all these panels and try to see which ones I've already kind of worked over and so forth. So basically today is just going to be a very simple day. All I'm going to be doing is just put the first layer on. It's the easiest of the easy. It's the best of the best. It's probably my favorite part, really, because it's I don't have to do any thinking. I don't have to do any I really don't have to do anything. I just have to kind of apply the paint and hope that it sticks, right? But as always, it must be really humid in this basement, in this studio. Like it's got to be very humid because I need like a sweat towel because I'm like, or I need to wash my face or something. I don't even know. Because it's toasty. I think part of it has to do with the fact that I got a little exercise in prior, which is why my hand's kind of shaking when I'm trying to drink this cup of coffee. How's everyone doing today? Doing good? I wonder what the rest of my day is going to look like. When I start looking off into the sunset or looking off to the sky, I'm thinking about like, what's my day going to be like? And then cue like a musical note, like in a movie where someone's about to daydream and it has a wispy musical sound and the person looks up at the sky and they're like, Carl, what are you doing? Oh, I was just thinking, you know. Oh yeah. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. I know it is. I feel it. Actually, no. I don't feel it. Do I have my anyhow, just a simple day. Simple painting day. Nothing too fancy. Just going to put my first layer of gray here and then move on with my the rest of my day. It's kind of boring, to be honest with you. It's kind of like just like painting a wall. You know? It's one of the boring parts of painting is some of this stuff, this pre-work that you got to do, this pre-labor that you got to do is the something that people don't understand, or oh, well, you're just being silly, Matt. Well, I just want to say then go to your bathroom and just paint the wall for fun, you know? Tell me how you feel about painting that wall. Come back to me later. When you paint that wall and you're done painting that wall, right, and it's all painted up, and you're like, wow, Matt, that was really fun. Let me tell you, I could do that every day, 365, 7 days a week, 24/7, Matt. Let me tell you how fun that wall was. I took that paint and I spread it up and down, and believe you me, the wall changed color. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that paint did that. That was amazing, Matt. That was one amazing thing that you taught me today. I'm going to do that every day. I'm going to buy a different color paint, and I'm going to paint that wall every day. You're not going to do that. I don't know. This is going to be like the most boring part of these live videos because there really isn't anything going on. There's no technique involved. There's nothing. It's just me painting the first layer, and it's just one tone. Maybe I might do something a little bit different later on. Now that I think about it, maybe I might have like two paints and then like I'll kind of blend them together or something. I don't know. That might be something I try for my second batch of 3. You know. Now I used to be like really OCD about this stuff, and I used to put like 2 to 3 layers on the first layer. I don't do that anymore. The reason why is because although I do like not seeing a little bit of the white gesso popping through some of the brush strokes, because sometimes I miss. Oh! The cat fell down. Because sometimes I miss areas. I do enjoy. Do not like that. But it was just a waste of time because I'm already putting like 5 more layers of paint on this. Why would I go super micro on the first layer? You know? Why would I expend energy on something that is not going to be seen? Now, here's something funny. I got some paintings right here. They're like right there. Deep down inside, I'm worried that I'm going to like spill a little driplet of paint on there. And I'm thinking, you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. It's just going to make those paintings look a little bit more interesting, yeah? All right? It's going to make them more interesting. Now, normally, my first time I did this batch, I tried doing like 20 panels or 10 panels at once. And in my mind's eye, I thought that the acrylic paint would be dry by the time I moved on to the next batch of 3 or the next one. But it turns out it doesn't work that way. So I can only do 3 at a time at this point. Now maybe I got this idea. Maybe what I could do is I get a whole. I make a wall right here, and I just have like 20 of them lined up, and I just paint them all at once. And then by the time I finish 20, I think the first one will be done, and I'll be able to do the layers all over again. That's just my opinion. I don't know. That's just how I think I can assembly line it, given the circumstances. But I don't think I'll be able to do that anytime soon. But it's a dream of mine. Another thought was maybe I can lay them out on the ground and paint them, but I pretty much have the same amount of surface area I do on the ground as I do on right here. Like I don't have like just open areas of floor to paint 30 panels at once. I'd have to do it all outside. Perhaps I should do that. I just lay out like a giant tarp or a giant canvas, go outside when it's all sunny, and then paint 30 of these. Like put the first layer on, get them all out of the way. I don't know. I got lots to think about. You know, I got a lot of things to kind of consider with regards to this. One thing I'm kind of wary is that if I apply too much pressure right here on the canvas, I'm worried that this wood panel is going to flip around. So I'm going to press this right here. Oh, I should have thought about this. Maybe in the future, you can buy those 5-gallon tubs. Maybe in the future I get a color that I'm really excited about, and I use that color for my base layer, because I don't really have any I don't have a lot. Like I have basically pints. I don't have gallons or 5 gallons of paint. So I need the gallon paint for like the base layer, because otherwise I'm going to run out. If I use this for my base layer, I'm going to run out of this paint really quickly. So I got to think about that. Enjoy your breakfast. I'm almost done. It's just simple Saturday. I'm just putting these layers on. What the? So what I do is I paint the tops, and then I spin them around, because it's easier to do this than to paint the entire thing at once because you end up getting all this paint on the bottom and it's just a huge mess, right? So I'm gonna spin this around here and I will call it a day because I don't have, unfortunately, I don't have the room to kind of do multiple, more than 3 at a time. I could put like a couple down here, but I don't like getting paint on the ground. I try to avoid that as much as possible. I don't know. I got to think about ways how I can store these. Maybe if I set up another like one of these things, like a 2x4, put it up on the bottom here so I can kind of lay it so it's not touching the ground, but it's still, you know, off the ground. I don't know. Lots of things to consider. It's a very simple Saturday. Very simple. Nothing fantastic about it. But you know, these panels aren't going to paint themselves, so just gotta kind of work on them, and you know, maybe I might come back to these later. I don't know. Maybe I might do another batch tonight. I think maybe for today, if I can, what I would consider to be gosh darn, I'm like can't even articulate my words. What I would consider to be successful, a successful Saturday, is if I can paint. Good morning. If I could paint all 10 panels with the first layer of gray, I think that'll be good. I think that'll be a good day. But I got a few other art things I got to do. I got some portraits I got to start drawing. You know, I'm not near as far along on those portraits as I'd like to be, and it's just kind of nudging me like I got to get these done. I got so many of them, and I only have a finite amount of extra time to deal with them. I had a bunch of things I had to do yesterday. I had all this grading to do, all this grading I had to do and stuff like that. So that was what I was doing yesterday. I was grading, and I got a little bit of the portrait work done, but I didn't get as much as I'd like to. And you know, I was kind of tired, and I was being a little lazy. Oh no, you know. So, but I did get some done, and I'm going to move forward more and more. And as soon as the semester ends, I think I'll be able to. My time will open up. I won't have to worry about grading and kind of managing that area. So I'll be able to crank away on some paintings and really focus on these portraits that I've been working on. So I'm really excited about that. I'm getting these portraits done, and then afterwards, you know, I don't know. I'll get some paintings done. I don't know. But I think what will be good is to finish these 10 panels today. I'm gonna try to finish these panels today. Yeah, I think I will. I'll try. I won't do them now. I have to like stagger them. I have to like paint 3 and then come back a couple hours and then paint 3 more, come back a couple hours later and then paint 3 more, because there's only I only have so much, you know, easel real estate to work with here. So I can't I don't have any other, I'm looking around, I'm like, where can I paint these? Perhaps I might be able to clean that table. I have a table over here. I could clean it. I could paint them over there maybe. So lots of things are going in my mind of how I can maximize the areas that I'm painting. I actually constructed a little table here, but it's on top of where I'm storing some paintings, and I don't want to paint on top of other paintings. I'm worried that if I do that, then I'll drop paint on them, and I don't want that. You know, I'm one of those painters that like very sloppy. You know, I don't want to focus on worry about paints falling to the ground, because that's just like, that's another thing you got to be concerned about. Like, oh no, paint's going on the ground. Whoa, oh my me. Oh, wow. I can't believe that paint fell on the ground. Wow. I need to get a cleanup crew here stat because I can't handle having a little paint on the ground. Well, it's called the studio, bro. What was it? There's a... Gosh, I wish I remember this person's name. It was a documentary of him. It was a documentary, and he's kind of like me, but only he's a famous artist. There's a documentary of him, and he has a studio. It's like immaculate except for the wall, and like he had a crew of people, just the crew of people just they're mixing his paint for him, and they're using like really high quality paints. They're mixing like a lot of oil paints for him, and what he does is he just gets like one of these. It's like a giant squeegee almost. No, not squeegee, like a screen print thing, and he was just slathering it on like a giant palette knife, and he was just streaking it down, and the paint was going. And it was just cascading off the palette, off the painting, onto the ground. Like half of it, he was wasting like 80% of his paint just to get a specific effect. And that was pretty interesting. But I wish I knew his name. He's super famous. His paintings go for millions and trillions of dollars. I don't know, probably not. His paintings go for a lot of money, and you know he's in museums and such. And all that fun jazz. But that's it for today. For now, I'll be back. I say that. Don't hold me to it. I say I'll be back, but I don't know. I'll be back because I got to paint 3 more. I want to paint all 10 of these, get them out of the way so I can get to the good, exciting stuff, right? I want to get to the really good, exciting stuff, which is actually doing the designs and all that kind of stuff. Because I want to start seeing what these look like. And I think the color that I'm going to be using is going to dictate what how they're going to look. I got some greens. I think what I might do is jump into doing this with like a set of green. Maybe even try doing multi-tones. So I got some blues and some greens. And then I want to try to avoid using pink for a while. And then maybe the next batch after this batch, I'll probably try to mix in some pinks with my new palette and see what happens, right? So I don't know what the new forms are going to look like, but I think they're going to be more angular. I know I did like these little wavy little forms at first. I like those, but they're kind of a pain they're a pain to paint. Like I just like, especially with this acrylic, it's just if you're off by a little bit, it just like my lines are all wavy. Maybe if I was painting them on a table flat where I can kind of have a little bit more stability. I don't know. So that's what my Saturday's looking like. I'm having a good day. I'm feeling a little bit positive. I think I'm feeling more positive than yesterday, partially because, well, I hurt my back yesterday, and now I'm feeling a little bit better because I did some exercises to kind of get some blood flowing down there, to get to kind of get some blood flowing back to my lower back and feel less stiff. But I also exercise so that you got some like those endorphins going, you know, and feel a little bit more positive. I don't know why I feel more positive today. It's just one of those things. I guess I hit the metaphorical, the symbolical, I hit the metaphorical reset button to try to exude positivity for the day. Because sometimes, you know, you wake up, wrong side of the bed. You just wake up on the wrong side of bed and you're like, man, this is going to be a essy day, dude. It's going to be so essy. I say essy because I don't want to say the other word. So I say it's going to be an essy day. Because you know what I'm talking about. I was looking through the Facebook feed, and what is with the whole I nominate this artist to post for 10 days straight thing. I'm like, I post every day. What's with this 10 days straight thing? Well, I was like, this seems so foreign to me. I'm like, posting an artwork a day, like I'll post an artwork every day. I post like a video almost every day. Like what is this 10 days straight thing, man? How about trying this? I want you to post 365 days straight. Now that's a challenge. I can do I probably do about 360 days. Not straight, but good 7 days, and then all of a sudden like I miss a day or something like that. It's not my fault, But this weird little trend that's going on. I nominate this artist. Nothing against that. I don't have anything against that. I just think it's entertaining because no one nominates me. Maybe I'm just upset that no one nominates me. I'm always posting stuff. It'd be easy. I just post something. There we go. I'm done. Maybe deep down inside I'm a little hurt that no one wants to nominate me for posting stuff. I don't know. Anyways, I think I'm just going to finish this coffee and just ponder what I'm going to do next. I'm pondering right now. How long can you watch me ponder without... It's like a radio station. You ever go on a radio station and you're like, you get a little uneasy when there's a long pause? Like that, right? I get a little... You always think like, where's the dialogue? Got to keep talking, right? And I think that's one reason why I have to talk during these videos, because it's kind of boring when you just see someone paint, unless it's like one of those action, like those live painters that are dependent upon it being like very actiony. You ever see those painters? They're painting and then they're like doing yeah, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so energetic when I paint. I'm not moving real quick because I don't want to spill my coffee, because I know that will happen. But they're like, yeah, and then they like jump up in the air and they're like, look how cool, and it reminds me of the scenes from The Office, right, where they just saw the episode. They just been watching a lot of parkour videos on YouTube, and all of a sudden they're like parkouring everywhere. That's what it reminds me when I see these live artists that are like doing all these action moves, and they're gonna. It's like, why are you jumping up in the air and throwing a splatter paint? Like, oh man, so extreme. Like, what are you doing, dude? It's like they're putting on a show. You ever see anyone that's I have some musician friends that I've seen some funny stuff. Like when if you're a drummer, I have a friend who's a really good drummer, or I have a couple of them, and they're drumming. They can drum all those rock metal band beats, and they can do it like this. They're like, it's like, this is what Metallica sounds like. Like, and then he's like, this is how they actually do it. Right? And I'm just thinking to myself, like, you don't, like, they do that because they're putting on a show, right? Anyways, just imagine, like, I was doing drums and you could hear, right? All the beats, but, like, so I see these videos and they're just splatting paint around, and then eventually after a while there's a finale, right, where they flip the image around and it looks like a face, right? And everyone's like, whoa, wow, I didn't see the face until you flipped it around. And all the guy's doing is he's doing an old technique that has been done for forever. A lot of people draw upside down, right? Because they're able to see the forms and not see it as a face. But also, it's just like, man, I get a little cringy too because I'm very. No, this is me being like an artist snob, right? Or like I see the canvas, I'm like, oh, that canvas needs to be stretched tighter. Oh my gosh, that canvas is very saggy. I think the reason why is because there was a time when I was in school, I was being critiqued by these professors, right? And they're like, why is this canvas so saggy? I was like, well, because I painted it on the ground and then I stretched it, and I guess I didn't stretch it hard enough. I don't know. So that's why I was like, I don't know. Maybe I am an artist now. I don't know. No, not really. I think it's funny though. Like what I think would be great though is they actually do like noises, like ah, 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 ah. That's how I paint. Make noises. No one. Oh gosh. So in the news today, things occurred. Things are happening right now as we speak. According to speculative, man, I'm going to speculate what's happening outside. It's going to be sunny. So I'm almost done with my coffee. I think the day is, I don't know. What's going on? So you see that white halation thing that's going on right here? I can't fix that. It's so. It's whatever. It's not doing what I was expecting to do. So like the lighting and the way that the camera is kind of capturing the light, it's causing this to kind of brighten up, and I don't like that because it's not conducive for these videos, right? I don't have anything else to say about artists. I'm not very opinionated today. I think I kind of let it all out with the action painters. Yeah, those action painters. They're something. Yeah. Pretty good stuff. I just find that it's like they're like just being overly being overly actiony for action's sake, right? It's like when you watch a UFC fighter and the UFC fighter does like a kung fu stance, and you're like, he doesn't stand like that when he's really fighting, and then he's doing it for a while to taunt the person, but then he goes back to his actual fighting stance. It's like, why are you doing that? Anyways, I'm done with my coffee, and I need to get the cleaning my brush before the paint kind of collects onto the brush there. But I'm done for now. I'm probably going to come back to finish this, to do another layer. I really do want to say thank you for watching, and I know I kind of went on a little filibuster about action painters, right? I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Maybe you might want to stop by a little later and to maybe hear what I have to say while I'm painting, doing my next layers, because I still got a bunch more to work with. So I need to paint the first layer on, and I'd rather get those out of the way so I can actually do some damage with these other paintings. So I think I'm pretty good today. I'm going to have some coffee. I'm going to get some more later on. All right, you have a wonderful Saturday.